guys, welcome to the Ivy League podcast where smart people talk about dumb stuff. I'm Lonnie, also known as Lonnie IIV. I have an MBA and a degree in human factor psychology.
Hi, I'm Sam. I'm a rocket scientist.
Hey, I'm Matt. I take photos.
Did you do college?
Oh, yeah.
Whoops.
I didn't know that was part of the story.
Yeah.
All right. Went to college to take photos.
What, did you have a degree? What was the degree called?
I had a degree in art and minors in entrepreneurship and business advertising.
Whoa. What was okay. What was your GPA?
3.8.
Out of 5?
Yes. I took all the APs, okay.
Every week we should raise that number too. Just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh yeah, out of 6?
Out of 7?
6.
So what does that like mathematically? If you did, what does that come out to? Like if we just get rid of the simplify. What is it called when math when you simplify the divisions?
Simplify.
Oh, I think it's just simplify.
Simplify. Like instead of 8/16, it's like do the thing to make it half.
Anything math related,
Honestly, same.
You've lost me.
On this episode, we're here with Matt. We have some fun topics of relationships, life, and media here in the Ivy League. So without further ado, let's hit that intro.
All right. You guys got to help me out on this one though.
Yeah, for sure.
You'll know when to come in.
So Sam, okay, so usually I like whenever I to imagine or say hit that intro one day, it'll just be the music starts. Yeah. But instead, in the meantime, for now, it's just. In the meantime,
you're subjecting me to this.
Yeah, to whatever Sam has forgotten to prepare. Yeah, here we go.
On set, please.
Hit that intro.
Why are you bracing yourself like the big one is about to come?
I just saw Oppenheimer.
It's silent.
Yeah. Play the intro.
This is where we're coming. He's not bad. I expected work. Oh! Podcast!
It gets worse every week. I need you to stop forgetting.
I think you need to
I need you to stop forgetting to make an intro because you're not allowed to use a guitar anymore. I feel bad for anybody who heard that. Oh my God. Hello. Guys, we're here with Matt. Me and Matt have hung out twice.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I think we bonded over shared autism.
Retweet.
I think, some level of autism in both of us, and we both enjoyed that exchange. And now I'm like, hey, come be on the podcast. He's like, I'm not doing anything. What do you do for your phone?
Just
he made time to be here.
I did.
What do you do on a regular?
Working later.
You told me you were going on a hike later. So
okay, before hike, there is work. I do have to do things. I am a freelance photographer. I work in the commercial industry, which again, as usual, means for all my freelance friends out there, that means you work every day and get paid for a third of them.
Yeah,
so it's very fun.
We love that.
We do.
Love that.
Sam is also kind of on freelance mode right now.
Yeah.
I'm also technically on freelance mode right now as a content creator, like life after college. And when did you graduate?
2022.
Oh,
that was last year.
Yeah. Wait, what? Oh,
you're a child.
Yeah.
What did you think? What did you learn from college?
I think. Okay. All right. So here's the thing. Right?
Yeah.
You spend so much time in high school and elementary, college.
Yep.
Gotta go to college.
Gotta go to college.
Really important. Really important. And they're not wrong, but I think I think a lot of the time they kind of spin it in the wrong way, in that, you need to A, go to the best college.
Yeah.
And B, you need to be really good at school to go to college. You're not going to go. They're not going to have you. These people don't want your money. They won't let you in. And then you get to college, and about a month into college, you're like, why did I take these APs?
Yep.
Yeah.
See,
wait a minute. No one cares.
Yeah.
Why did I do all this?
In high school, like.
They're like, you need to try. And this will not fly in college. And then you get to college, your professor's like, oh, no, I'm not coming in.
You give them a Coke. Give your professor a Coke, and they're like,
both kinds.
Yeah. Either kind. And they like you. They're chilling.
Exactly.
I think we were talking about this a little bit earlier, and I'm like, here's the thing. Yeah, go. I say this, I've said this, go to college, go do college. But like the most valuable things you get is the ability to interact with other people. You learn to network, you learn how to bribe people. We talked about episode 2. Bribery is so important. And like me, I played RuneScape during my MBA classes. Like, so I think you witnessed this.
Yeah.
I was a
if you are a doctor, please do not do that.
So I like legit. So when I went to the business or master's program, first of all, my coach, he was like, I had like a year left of eligibility on track and field. Cause I redshirted a year, and he's like, you have a year left of like eligibility. You're just going to be done with us or whatever. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do? He's like, you can get another degree. And I'm like, okay, in what? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, business. He's like, sure. And I'm like, an MBA. He's like, sure. And I'm like, okay. He's like, sure. Because he was a track coach and knew nothing. So I'm like, I guess I could just get an MBA. So I went and talked to like the director of the program. They're like, have you taken your little test, the GMAT or whatever? I think it's a GMAT. And I'm like, no. She's like, it's fine. And just let me into the program. And so I proceeded to not show up to half of the classes because they give you one class a week. You go in one. I
don't think that we should be listening to this advice.
Yeah, this explains so much about Lonnie.
I will be honest. This is the most business major conversation I've ever heard. I showed up once and then played sports. RuneScape.
But listen. I learned something important about my content during that time because you have class once a week. All right, and it's 3-hour class, which stupid, but makes sense because people have jobs and stuff. I was just an athlete.
Do you hear this, man?
And so I'd wait. Like I'm like, class is starting. I really don't feel like going this week. It's once a week.
It is once a week
for the rest of it. And so I would take my nap at the start of class in my room. And then I'd wake up like an hour later and go to class while they were on break halfway through the class.
Oh.
And I would just like I'd come back in.
Just sneak in.
I'd come back in after the break was done. And then I'd sit there, open my laptop up, and I'd play RuneScape, or I'd make tier lists for fast food restaurants or Game of Thrones, which was happening at the time. And whenever the test came along, obviously I didn't know everything. I would just hang out with the smart kids when they started study groups. And I'd be like, I'll buy everybody pizza and let's study. Let's learn what we need to learn. Done. Passed it.
So you learned that money solves all your problems at an early age.
I learned that you don't necessarily need to do what everybody else is doing just because everyone else is doing it.
Please do not do this. I want to live. Please.
C's get degrees. All right. I had A's and a few B. I think I got actually 1 C, but I got a C in the engineering class that they gave us. It was they asked us stuff like, okay, if there are 50 seats on a plane and you can only have people who are in groups A, B, and C, not D, F, or E, but you can't have them in group H, and there are 2 exits, write an equation to find the fastest way to fill the plane and sell the most seats. And I'm like, that was a class when I'm like, I'm going to have to go see my professor and start like taking off clothes or something because I can't.
The engineering solution to that question right there is you get one strong person at the back of the line who pushes all of them as fast as possible.
Lonnie is not making a great case for college.
Yeah.
In my humble opinion, I think it has a lot of benefits that you won't get anywhere else. Just don't necessarily expect them to come from the learning experience. It comes from living with other people experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and I loved it. I was great. It was just the coursework.
You didn't go half the time.
Yeah, I did go.
Of course you loved it. I love the part where I nap.
One of the most like saddest parts when I had a realization, I'm like, we are not living the same experience, was whenever I had my aerospace roommate. Like it was finals week. And I go back, I think I may have gotten back from my last class, which was like the final is just like spoken or something, just like participating in a group
you're
project.
Such a business major.
Such a business major.
I got back into the room. I'm like, finals are over, baby. Who wants to play like Minecraft or something? And my roommate is like his eyes are just red. He's crying at his desk. He's like, like crying over the study paper. He has like papers all over his bed. He has papers all over the desk. And he's like, I'm not going to pass this class. And I'm just like, that's not possible. Why would someone give you like homework you can't pass? Why would someone give you a test you can't pass?
Dog.
And he's like, that's what the program is for. They weed people out. And I'm like, well, that doesn't seem very nice.
crazy how that works. Because I was that person. I was the engineer who was just weeping at my desk with papers all over the walls with the teachers that are actively trying to fail all of the students.
Actively trying to ruin your life. My professors were like,
you're here, that's cool. I don't know.
they're like, you guys are good enough. All right, I know all these aerospace engineers think you're stupid. You are good enough, okay? And you can do it. And I don't know if that's business majors just at my university, but the people the business majors made fun of were the communications majors.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
There was always one tier lower, and it was the communications at the bottom of the barrel.
It's crazy because the communications majors rank lower than the art majors.
Really?
They kind of do.
And
listen, I love my communication major friends. If they ever see
some of my best friends are communications majors.
And if they see this, they will kill me. I will be deceased. I will be taken behind the street and put in a dumpster. But
yep. What are you even doing over there?
Exactly.
What do you think a test? What do you think a test in the communication department looks?
We are derailing so badly and making everyone not want to go to college. But
exactly.
Honestly, what do you do as a communication major? And I hope every comment is someone being like, I'm a communication major, and I keep my company together. Great.
And I'll be like, you forgot an Oxford comma. You missed a comma.
Like, is the final exam just to have a full conversation and just make a friend? Is that your final exam? It's just like,
you gotta go. All right, class. So today, over here, look over here at me, up this way.
They have Subway Surfers in the back.
Yeah, Subway Surfers up on the screen. Okay, so this week you have to go out and get one shotty. You hear me? One shotty at the mall. Can you guys do that for me? Up here, up here. Good job. Yep. Go to the mall. You have to talk. You don't have to bag them. You don't have to tag them. Just get the number.
Go
all right.
To college. Don't do what he's doing.
Don't major in communications. No, dude. We need probably communication.
We probably do need them. I don't know why, but we probably need them.
Okay. I will also make the argument. But I will make the argument that I don't know what engineers do. Yes, they engineer. What does that mean?
We engineer.
All right. Whoa, guys. Well, look. I took an engineering class.
This guy's qualified right here.
Okay.
We go with some Lean Six Sigma.
What?
All right, let me break it down. So, lean is a type of manufacturing process.
Lean is a type of meat.
Well, also
lean is a type of drug.
Would you?
We're all on different pages. Yeah. People are going to, the takeaway from this podcast is going to be like, oh, wow, this podcast has 3 elitist douchebags that sit here and tell you to go to college and then list 50 reasons why you shouldn't go to college.
For the record, because Lonnie threw the train off the rails. College is important. Not everyone has to go. Not everyone has to go to college.
Exactly.
You can make a case for not going, but do not be surprised if you are a really sucky roommate.
Okay, and I to cap off that portion, yes, we've said this last episode. College has so many benefits. They're not always the ones you get in the classroom. It's the stuff literally the groups and organizations you join. I've been finding even out here in LA, you have to still take up that college attitude of go join some organizations, find your community, find your groups and clubs. If you have a job that probably takes up most of your time, but even after work, sometimes you need to go find something to do, whether that's a church or something like that, or another job or whatever the case, wherever you can find more community and people to hang with. I've been thinking about going to work at a gym. I told you this, Barry's boot camp. I've never been to a Barry's boot camp before, but people say
you should probably go first.
Yeah,
really? Why?
Why? I think you'd fit in.
Have you been there?
You should probably.
Have you been there?
You should probably go.
What's going on?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
What happens at Barry's boot camp?
You should just go.
Have you heard of the army?
Yeah. Oh, is that where
I'm just gonna leave you with that thought. Anyway, so
college, please. But
if you can,
that's the other thing. That's a caveat.
We are speaking from an elitist piece of mindset.
Exactly.
And that's the caveat is. Go ahead.
If you are listen, there's not a caveat. I'm not making a caveat. I don't know what he's gonna say.
Yeah.
But my thing is go. If you're interested, go. But don't expect it to be the thing that you go. What you go there for might not be the thing that you were expecting, or your takeaways might not be what you expect them to be. That's okay.
Oh yeah.
You learn how to learn. You learn how to navigate social situations and settings. You learn how to get stuff done. You learn how to work in a group. You learn how to navigate conflict, because in the real world, after college, when you have roommates, you will still find yourself dealing. I mean, unless you make enough or you live out in Kentucky where rent is $6 and a handshake, and you don't have to have a roommate.
A firm one.
Yeah, a firm handshake and some spit in the handshake in Kentucky. Love you, Kentucky. I drove through once. I'm like, that was bad. Food is not so bad. That's Idaho.
I thought Idaho was potatoes.
Who has corn? Iowa. Iowa has corn. Shout out to Iowa.
And nuclear silos.
Ooh, love those.
Popcorn.
Nuclear corn?
Yeah.
Popcorn, baby.
Ooh.
You get me off topic so quick. I could not even figure
popcorn.
out. I could not for the life of me remember what I said less than 60 seconds ago, where I was at.
I do because my ADHD works to my advantage. So he was just wrapping up why you should go to college. That I forgot.
All right.
He said, because my ADHD.
You were so confident.
I was so confident. My brain was you remember what you're talking about.
He said, my brand of ADHD.
I got to the Kentucky part in the remembering, and I'm like, oh, wait, where do we go from here?
You're ridiculous. That's crazy.
Hold on.
Then you're not going to remember.
Wait, okay. So you mentioned that like college helps you become a better roommate.
Yeah.
But what's your worst roommate story? Like a very brief synopsis.
Okay, I'll keep it as
Mine, real quick.
Oh, your current roommate?
No, not my current roommate.
You hear that?
Yeah. One of my worst ones, and honestly, I don't care if you hear this. If you listen to this, you earned this one.
If you're listening to this, you suck.
My ex-roommate, so I broke up with my girlfriend in college. And then she we started talking, and after a few months or whatever, because it dies down. It's like, okay, hey, we're back. Like, how you been? You been okay? Yeah, sorry. I'm like, and I'm like, we talked and we caught up, and she's like, you know who reached out to me? And I'm like, who?
Oh, it's one of these.
I said, no. She said, oh, it was your roommate. I'm gonna say names. Your roommate Eugene. She's like, I'm like, what did he say? Like, I saw him earlier today. We, roommates. And he said, he came up to me and said, hey, just for the record, I'm on your side. Like, I'm on your side. I get it. I'm on your side. What does that
mean?
Why would you say that? What does that mean, Eugene? Eugene, second of all. And third, Eugene.
Cool.
Eugene. If your name is Eugene and you're not the Eugene I'm talking about, what a beautiful name. Otherwise, what the hell, Eugene? Like, he went up to her specifically. I'm like, you're my roommate.
Hold up. I got one for you.
Go.
I'll keep it as brief as possible. But long story short, I made a friend who, because I do photography, and she was a model friend of mine. But we all live in the same campus. But I brought her over to my friends, like my roommates, which at the time I was living in like a 4-bedroom kind of big apartment, dorm type thing. And basically my roommate and her hit it off and started doing this thing, and I was like, cool, we were friends, but it's fun, it's whatever. Anyway, out here it's spring break, my last spring break. This is last year.
It's fresh.
Spring break, and I was super sick. I couldn't do anything. I was super sick. I had nothing going on, and my roommate who was there was busy or whatever, and I was like, hey, can we do something when you get back? He's like, yeah, sure, that's fine. And then my friend who they were dating at the time, they were like, oh, I'll also be back, we'll do something. I was like, great, I'll buy
the three musketeers.
Yeah, I'll buy some food for us, it's fine. And in the middle of that, I had to sell my car. This is all going on. I was selling my car at the time, so I was moving to LA. And literally, I'm coming back from selling my car, and I get a call from my roommate who just goes, hey man, can you stay at your house? Because I lived kind of near to where he goes, can you stay at your house? And I'm like, all right, we live in a 4-bedroom apartment. We all have our own singles. What?
Yeah.
And then my other friend goes, she goes, oh, we're on ecstasy, and we might have, and it's probably gonna be really loud. You're gonna hear it. You can come stay. It's not a big deal. But just by the way, so I'm like, okay, I'm not staying.
No, I'm gonna go.
That's not an if. That's a go stay home. I'm like, all right. I go and stay home. They eat my food that I bought for all of us, and I'm like,
the group food.
Yes, the group food.
No.
That I bought for all of us to do after I'd been I'd been like bedridden, ill. I didn't have a voice. I just like sold my car. I'm like, getting it. And then all going on the same day. And I'm like, what? And then the next day I'm like, yo, like, that was kind of like not okay.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy that.
And my roommate like never apologized. And I was telling my friend, I was like, hey, like that was kind of like not cool. And they were like, and she was like, you know, I think it would really make a difference if you told them you were upset and it didn't. It wasn't a good thing.
You
I'm
got
like,
the therapy voice.
What? What planet am I going to go to them when they kicked me out of our 4-bedroom apartment?
They said you could stay.
But said I could stay and listen to them have sex.
Yeah, really loud.
And then they had on my kitchen counter.
Oh. I love how passionate you were about
But
that
go to
story.
college.
Yeah, but go to college.
Great. So, because you get stories like this, can't make that up.
Did those people go to college? Those roommates? Were they your college roommates?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
They weren't done cooking.
No.
What'd they study?
Communications, probably.
I think one of them was, I went to a marine science school. It's kind of funny.
A what?
One of them, I think they were like both marine science.
What does the coursework look like for that?
Hard, actually.
I got a goldfish due at midnight.
Gotta make the dolphins swim through the hoops, the bubble hoops.
It's all like organic chemistry, and I'm like, I don't know what that all means. But no, I think one of them is like a paramedic now.
Ooh, okay.
Which is not very marine sciencey, but
no,
that's okay.
I do social
I let
media.
it go. It's not worth. But it's very. They ate my food.
That's the tough part. I'm like, oh yeah, and on the having sex on the counter is not ideal either.
I bought the food for all of us.
I had a roommate. They had a cat, and I was just so. This is why I learned I was allergic to cats.
I have a similar story. Actually.
The cat would run there, and like she works with me now, and she's my assistant.
The cat works with you?
No, cat owner.
Oh, okay. You should have specified.
Yeah, I try. That's on me.
Sorry, it's an orange cat that does my taxes.
I have a story.
Go.
I'm so sorry. This is such an LA story. This is the most insane thing that ever happened to me like 2 weeks ago.
Speak your truth. Go.
Okay, so on that topic, I'm outside this thing. Me and my friend filmed this other podcast, and we were just standing outside preparing the equipment.
Yep.
This large man walks up to us and he goes, "Hello, are you?"
No. With the accent. Where from? Where would you guess the accent was from?
This man's Armenian through and through.
Oh,
bro. No. But yeah, we come out. He comes up. He's like, "All right, I have you are filmmakers." And we're like, "Yeah, we have like 8 cameras out here." Yes, obviously. And he's like, "Okay, I have the craziest thing you've ever heard." And
so he's pitching you on a movie.
Yeah, no. He's like, all right, so I've got this monkey, and the monkey invests in stocks. And I'm like, that's
what?
Funny. And he's like, no. He pulls up this website called the Monkey Fund. It's real. You can go to it. And he's like, we have a monkey. It sits in a room and throws a tennis ball on a wall that sticks. Oh. And they invest in stocks based on that. And this man was 100% real.
How does the fund looking? How's it doing?
I don't know.
Apparently, it's better than a lot of investment firms.
That is actually something that they said on their website.
Yeah.
They were like, a monkey won't do you wrong because it's a monkey. And no. And I was like, okay, interesting. And I'm like, what's their name? They're like, we named him Mr. Monkey.
Oh, perfect.
Hello. I'd like to speak to Mr. Monkey.
You're like, this is real. This is real life. This is Los Angeles.
Yeah, he's their investment banker, Mr. Monkey.
Would I not trust? I would trust him.
Real. I'm not lying.
I believe you. And I would trust Mr. Monkey. Like I
met him.
Yeah. Actually, we have a special guest for you today.
Yeah,
there he is.
Yeah. Hey, Mr. M, come on out. You have any predictions today?
We got a real hair.
Quick, write it, send it to Amazon.
He threw the ball.
Mr. Monkey busted today for insider trading tonight at 9. He was recently seen as the Bezos estate.
I'm terribly sorry to distract you from your tabby cat allergic story. I just couldn't let the Mr. Monkey story.
No, it was just there was a cat and it would either be on my bed, like on my pillow. Oh, fixed it. Nice. I got a call and I fixed it because I have an Apple Watch. You guys, with Apple.
They're really just going to be like these elitists.
He's an influencer shill.
I fixed it. I didn't lose the recording. We're recording this on the iPhone because we're staying mobile. We're gonna do a Vegas episode. Oh my gosh! Hey, right now, real quick, I am taking 30 seconds. If you have enjoyed this podcast in any way, if you have enjoyed us, I want you to go to Spotify or wherever you're listening to this at. Open it up. Yep, right now I'm gonna wait. Good job. You have it open. You better. Okay, good. Now I want you to just click on follow or subscribe and leave a quick little 5-star review because if you enjoy this, it helps us to keep this thing going. Also, we have a fourth wall on the way where you'll be able to get like exclusive content. We might do like a book club or like a goal setting club because that could be kind of fun, right? Or a movie review club. I just saw Oppenheimer.
Is he ever going to say it right?
Oppenheimer. Oh, should we let them do the thing? Go ahead. All right, so we're gonna take another 15 seconds while you either click follow, subscribe, or leave a 5-star review, or just like the video. Go ahead and do that. Just, yeah. Nice. There's the button. Good job. Now it's there. And boom! Thank you so much. You did it. Good job. Amazing. Thank you. I appreciate you so much for doing that. Also, a quick word from our sponsors. You have that sponsorship read you want to do, right?
Take it away.
Yes, actually. So, brought to you by Mr. Beast's Feastables. Thank you, Mr. Beast, for bringing us all this money.
That's the ad read, huh? That is the ad read. What was your major again? It wasn't copywriting.
It wasn't communications. I'll tell you that much.
Communication.
You know what they do?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
The communication major, like,
I told you you'd need us. AI can't replace us.
Do you think AI will like ruin all creative jobs?
No. But with an asterisk. Because yes. In the sense of it will change it.
Yeah, it will change it. I don't think people have been using ChatGPT as much as they were like what, a month or two ago.
It's like threads. That's like anything. It's gonna show up. Everyone's gonna be like, oh my God, it's gonna steal all their jobs and yada yada yada. And then it's gonna die off, and then it's gonna come back and be way better and probably be integrated in everything by that point. So it'll be one of those things where it probably won't take jobs. Yep.
But it will definitely change the way it's done for sure.
I mean, that's like with anything. Will AI take all jobs?
That's a good point.
Can AI just like be a taxi? Yeah, sure, why not?
Ooh, honestly, safer.
Probably.
Unfortunately, jobs are going to change.
He's got cards.
I do have cards. I have a question.
It means he's run out of topics.
I didn't. I have them on like my iPad, but I'm like, do I even want those? I should look at those first. But first,
I don't like that devious laugh.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the part of the game or part of the show. I decided for this special episode.
I just told nothing.
Yeah, no, I haven't told you anything. Did you have questions?
I don't know. I'm letting you go first.
Actually, okay, wait. I'm gonna break that out in a second. But you were talking about freelance stuff, and you wanted to talk about like being a creator and like a little bit about you said like, how do you know Instagram's so good?
Oh yeah. Well, no. All right.
Well, no. So
I know he's about to expose us.
Yeah. Whoa.
Because I think the world of content creators get a lot of.
I didn't know I was irredeemed. I hadn't yet realized I was irredeemed.
I think they get a lot of hate and flack because everyone's like, "Oh, you don't do anything," and I'm like, "Sir,
who says that?
A lot of the outside of the LA bubble,
people love me in this city. I'm a star,
except for the guy that threw a tomato at you.
Except for him, that's my roommate.
I think he might have been racist, though.
That's true, and that's a different problem altogether.
The topic of race.
Yeah.
No.
How do we fix race relations in America?
So I think it's very interesting to look. I'm looking from the outside in.
Yeah.
As I'm working in the creative industry, but not that aspect.
Yeah.
So I'm genuinely curious how come you're affiliated with Instagram versus someone else with the equal amount of following
or more,
where they're just like kind of doing their own thing?
Well, so I have a lot of friends who are creators who have tons of followers and like probably.
He's already flexing.
This podcast's over. This is over. Play that. Roll the outro. Not the guitar. I have friends who have way more followers than me and like who have like a bigger network or have more views or whatever the case might be. But are still like, hey, how do you do this? How do you like get in with Instagram? How do you make all this stuff work? And I think what I've learned in the creative space with the freelance stuff, like you can be really, really good at art and that can translate into like really, really getting like a big audience, but like not necessarily making any money, which is again why we say go to college, because learning business and a balance sheet and a budget and how the world works in terms of finance and stuff like that can really help. I'm just saying. And then you can have roommates who have sex on your counter. It's all part of the.
I'm so sorry to my roommates that will definitely see this because I will send it to them.
Yes, you should. But like one thing I learned, I'm like, you have to, like when I say networking, I mean like, how can I contribute to more people than just my immediate circle, or how can I connect with it? So like the way I got plugged with Instagram, I was making stuff on TikTok and whatnot during the pandemic, and that was popping off. And I remembered I would like DM people like every day. Like anytime I saw another creator who was doing something I liked, I would like reach out to them and DM them and say, hey, I really like your stuff if you want to collaborate, or if you want to join a group of other creators. I had a group chat. I'm like, we're just talking about the trends, talking about what's going on. And that was my way of offering value from what I liked, which was like community. I love community. So if I can ever like make a group that somebody else can get integrated in and find like some value from, that's typically what I offer, what I want to like bring to people. So whenever that was happening, I believe somebody from one of those groups was like, hey, Instagram is doing this thing, or they're launching like this digital course or something like that, or they're doing like a creators day online. And I'm like, oh, I would love to be involved in that. And like, if I can talk, then I will. And so I reached out and I said, hey, like, I hear you guys are doing this thing. Like, how can someone get involved? And they're like, who are you? And I'm like, this is what I do. And they're like, let's see. And I believe from that, I just was able to like start doing, like, they're like, oh, this went great. You didn't like curse everybody out or like set anything on fire. These are two very simple metrics.
The last guy we brought in.
Yeah.
There's new rules.
The last creator we had, geez Louise. You ever heard of?
It's called meta.
Exactly. It got real meta. But I mean, all I'm saying is like reaching out, like doing a little bit extra. Like my mom always taught me, whenever you have like any kind of experience with somebody that you appreciate, send a follow-up message like saying thank you, or like reach out or something like that. And so after it was done, I reached out to everybody who put it together and organized it, because it was pretty easy to find their emails. And I said, thank you guys. If you need anything else, like, let me know. Like, I'd love to help out with anything. I love hosting. I love being a part of this stuff. And then from there, they flew me out to like talk to the staff members at Instagram in New York. I did stuff here in LA in the offices, and I've just like maintained good relationships. So basically it's like I got in the door like that of just reaching out on my own, but then I stay top of mind with them by like interacting with them on Instagram or like sending them feedback or ideas and stuff like that. And so I'm the one they think of first whenever they need stuff. And like, even though my content isn't always like popping off, just staying present and like a pleasant person to work with, like that's another thing, like being easy to work with, and getting your stuff done reliably and on time for them. You become the one they want to work with, because why would they go with somebody else who is a total like wild card whenever they like, oh, Lonnie might not be the most viral person right now. I don't even know if he's posted in the past 2 years. But at least we know he's going to get this stuff done. He can talk to like a CEO, or he can talk to a normal person. So that's kind of how I've decided, how I've tried to like woven myself into doing all this stuff. So then whenever there's a new program or like they have money, they're like, you do a good job, you have it, which has benefited me so much in my creator journey. That's a very long-winded answer. Hopefully that's helpful. I'm sorry it took so long, but I don't know if that makes sense, or if that like.
I mean, I think there's some
getting emotional. It's okay.
No.
It's okay.
Now let it out.
Yeah, cry right now. Cry. You won't cry. Yeah, you better.
No, I think there really is some good takeaways in that. I think one that definitely bridges multiple careers is. And this is something that I think people need to not understand, but it's something that can be really beneficial. Is
what do you mean by you people?
What is that supposed to mean?
What are you again?
I don't know. I genuinely do not know. No, but I really think that one of the biggest advantages you can give yourself is if you see people doing something that interests you, reach out to them.
Oh yeah. You'd be so surprised.
And don't even because I think people get really caught up thinking that, oh, they're famous, or
Nah,
they don't
bro.
talk to me, but if you just reach out and be like, hey, I love what you do, and if you could spare 2 minutes to just be like, just to talk to me about it, because I'm interested, not even necessarily what you do, but just like the fact that you do it, and I love to hear about it.
Yep.
I think people really respect that.
Folks love talking about themselves.
People love talking about themselves.
Oh, yeah.
So if you go in there and you just like stroke their ego respectfully,
Give them a chance to talk about
give them a
themselves.
chance to talk about themselves. They're going to talk about themselves.
Stroke something else too.
And
Huh?
all right. Trying to be helpful, not get people sexual. That's the next episode.
Sorry.
That's like a song. I want to get you sexual.
Relax.
I want to make you.
You know about that slop? No. I really do. I think that one of the biggest advantages is that, and then also, again, like kind of what you're saying, is following up. And staying relevant, but not annoying.
Top of mind is what I call it. Yeah.
But not like, it's not like annoying. It's
yeah.
gentle, like,
See, like,
nudge, and you're just like, hey,
one simple way you can do it too. One way I like to do it, I obviously like to get to know people. So if I find something that we have common ground on, like, we both like the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's my home team. If anything happens with them, I know. If anything happens with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I'll reach out to this like meta representative or executive or whatever, and I'll be like, oh, did you see what happened with the Jaguars? Like whatever. Or like I'll send them a meme that I made related to it or whatever. Like, look, hey, it's us. And they're like, oh yeah. Because that way I'm like, this is like a genuine human value that we're sharing and enjoying. We're both enjoying. And then it keeps, again, top of mind. Like you're more likely to work with somebody you like.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like
100%.
Even
if their work isn't as good. And that's so much like, this is in the creative industry, but it definitely extends beyond that. It's like, look, your ability to sell yourself is so much more important than almost any other skill that you can have. No one wants to buy, it sucks we live in capitalist society, but if no one wants to buy your
stuff.
They're not going to, you could have the most skilled person, you'd be the most skilled person of something in the world. Yeah. But if you can't
sell it, get anybody to be interested.
If you can't speak it in a way that people are like, see the value
that they get it,
connect with you.
Yeah.
They're going to go with someone that might be less skilled, but they're like,
but they get it easier.
We relate to that. We really like that. That's
so us.
Yeah. Or they really hang out. They hang out with us nice. Or they.
This guy, he sounds like me. He reminds me of me when I was his age.
Job, but he sent me chocolate, and I really appreciate it.
And I don't want. And you know what? That's thoughtful. And I needed that chocolate.
But that really does make a difference.
It does.
And I think that's something that when people are like,
There's a thing that my friend Ben Brainerd, States guy, he says, to make it in the industry, you either have to be really nice. Oh no. He said, you have to be really nice, really hardworking, or really talented. That's what it is. And like, he's like, you have to be two of those three things to like make it, in the industry. And if you're not really nice, you better be like really talented and really hardworking. Or you can be like me, I'm really nice and I think I work pretty hard. And I might have some talent sometimes, but I really lean into the being nice. I lean into the being really nice and like hardworking piece because I'm like, okay. And if you could do all three of them, obviously, but you got to have at least two of those.
Be memorable. And that sounds true.
Memorable.
I realize we're sounding very like, you need to do all of this, and it's not. It's less so that, and I think it's more so that it's like, look, because it's easy to be interested about like with people that you are interested.
What do you mean by memorable? How would you be memorable? How did you make yourself memorable?
Just the same way that you
top of mind type stuff or what?
Or you make an impact, but not. It's always complicated. Like, you want to go over the top, but it's I think your top of mind thing is a really
Oppenheimer was memorable. That's a very good way to be memorable. If you could make some kind of like weapon of mass destruction or potentially something that like
get a movie about it.
Or a Nobel Prize.
I think he got that.
Oh. He did not.
No, never.
He made a He made it. And so maybe make something that's not so like mean and like dangerous, but like if you can make a weapon of some sort,
put a smiley face on the weapon.
Name it. Give it a fun name.
It's less.
I don't know if that's true. Is it?
You're advocating for weapons.
Hey, don't talk about advocating word. Whoa, weapons of love and harmony.
Oh.
Kill him with kindness.
It's
I'm going to derail it in a second. But I do think like, and I just want to like add to that thought. It's because I'm 23 and I know a lot of people that are in their early 20s and are unsure of what they want to do. Hence the college thing that we were just talking about. And I think a really good way to figure out what you want to do is try things. This is always related to what you're saying. And then, try things. And people are like, oh, like, where do I start? And I'm like, okay, if you want to work in any industry, find a person that is doing it, reach out to them, and just be like, hey, do you have 10 minutes to talk about what you do? Or just talk about
so true.
And just get like a taste of what they're doing. Yeah. And that's such a little teaser way to be like, does this interest me? Does this not interest me? And that's such a good way to kind of just start filtering things if you don't know.
Pro tip right there, and tell them you need 5-10 minutes. Do you have literally 10 minutes? And then but give it a limited amount of time, because that makes people a lot more inclined to be like, I'll take 10 minutes or whatever.
What also really helps is if you kind of give them a time frame of being like, do you have any time next week?
Yeah. Specific times and days.
If you give arbitrary numbers, they're like, I'll get back to you.
That's honestly the way you get out of doing things in LA. You just don't give specific dates and times, but that way it still seems like you want to hang out. But you're just
so anybody out there, if Lonnie says, oh yeah, let's do it this week or next week or an arbitrary time.
And if they also
in the future, it's never happening.
Yeah, just know it's never gonna happen.
So I legitimately, I'll test the water. How bad do we want to make this happen? Because I thought you were fun, you thought I was fun. How bad do we want to make this happen? If it's yo, when do you want to get together? And they're like, oh, I'm free sometime next week. I'm like, how about? Yeah, today? If I'm today. If somebody says today, they are interested in you. Either they want marriage or long-term friendship. And I mean, consider that. Wait, don't take that lightly. That's a serious thing. Speaking of not taking that lightly,
he's trying this again.
No. I'm not real talk. I have a question. I've wanted to play this game so far. It's a card game called Hella Awk.
Should we tell the people where it's from? Is it important? Is it by someone that we know?
Nope, not important. Would you consider dating a coworker, and does seniority matter?
I work freelance, so I would be dating myself. And I pretty much do. I live by myself.
You do?
Yeah.
In LA?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's.
Yeah. I want to talk about
so freelancing works in LA apparently.
Apparently. I would date a coworker, and seniority, I'd be aware of it, but it doesn't really matter, right? I mean,
I think it's
it doesn't.
I wouldn't care at all. I would date a coworker. Why not? They can be my boss. I don't care. Why not?
Well, other people would think it's unfair.
I don't care what other people think. I love this person.
Yeah, but here's you're thinking about the good side. What about the bad side? It's would you date someone? If you lived in an apartment building, would you date someone that's your neighbor?
Yeah. Think of the convenience.
Yeah, but then you gotta see them if it doesn't work out.
Oh, then that's when you move out.
Okay.
Did you just forget that if they're your boss and you break up? They're going to be no raise.
Okay.
25 cents.
Yeah.
Okay, but then, just like we mentioned earlier before we started the podcast, you just go ball in hoop. Just play some sports for a couple hours. That's free therapy.
Yeah, but what if you can't afford it because they stopped giving you raises?
No, you can still, ball and hoop is affordable. So for men, if you listen to the last episode or the one before this, stick and hoop.
Please
stick and hoop is you don't need therapy. You don't need therapy. You need to ball out. Ball out. Forget better health. Forget.
We're all broke.
Forget all of that.
Go on a walk.
That's why we all collectively own $30.
Yeah. Go on a walk. Go look at the sunset. Put your feet in the sand. I'm just sounding.
You very much strayed from ball and hoop to genuine meditation.
Yeah, this sounds like beachside yoga.
Actual advice, and I think we need to reel it back because now you're being helpful.
Yeah. Now you're being helpful, and what's up with that's not what we come to do here.
Throw a ball at a hoop.
Yeah,
and you'll be good. All right.
Rank these in order of priority: personality, looks, and money.
Probably personality, looks, then money.
Yeah, personality, looks, then money.
You guys are putting money real low on that list.
Because
do I look broke to you? Don't answer that.
I'm gonna pull. Okay, all right. I'm gonna pull from your last podcast. Talking about how you think all billionaires are kind of odd. And so I'm a big car enthusiast, and that means I spend a lot of time with a lot of people with a lot of money.
Yep.
Okay.
You would not believe the amount of people that are lonely. And this is real talk. This is real talk for 2 seconds. They have all this money. They have all this
real talk. My soul hurts.
Sounds like you need a ball and hoop.
Yeah. And when I run for president, all men will get a standard ball and hoop for their mental health.
Yeah, you guys won't get stimulus checks. You'll get a ball and hoop.
Your tax returns, it just comes with a basketball and a hoop.
Sweetie, the ball and hoop are here. Look at Wallace and Gromit.
That means I get the ball in the hoop.
Oh, not in LA. That's not good.
Yeah, you're not cutting it.
You are.
Sorry, you're real talk.
No. It's a rank thing. It's like the amount of people that I know with a lot of money and yet like don't love, not anyone, just like their life is so artificial.
Yeah.
And I think people really think that money solves problems. Money solves like food and shelter, but doesn't, like, you don't have anything beyond that. You're not happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just, you don't, if you are like standing at the end of your life, you're not going to look back and be like, damn, all the time I had all that money was really great. It's like, there's other things you think of. You're like, oh man.
Well, because like if you I almost just said a statement, but I need context too. I almost said if you're poor, like,
he's an elitist piece of shit.
Yeah. If you're poor, which for context, have been very poor for most of my life.
Same.
Now?
Barely.
We live in LA.
We on the come up, baby.
Yeah, big things coming.
Yeah, big things. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Watch this space. But no, like having been like not having money and like having the lights turned off and like having to share one family car between like 7 people. Like, yes, it's like you have trying to get money is just like a preoccupation. It's not like the source of like your happiness of your like joy. Your joy comes from like the people you get to do it with, like the time. Because I remember the times whenever like me and like 3 of my friends getting like food from Wendy's at 10 p.m. at night off the dollar menu, RIP. And I was like, best Tuesday night of my life.
Oh, yeah.
You know, even like this past year, I went to Miami with my friend Hunter, and like we spent my birthday eve. We tried to go to a club. It was $60 cover fee. I'm like, this isn't gonna work. We're not going in there. We went to a parking lot and tried to break open a coconut with my car for 2 hours. Best birthday I've had in a long time. Like, I think there was a roach inside of one of the coconuts. A rat tried to bite him. Like, we had a fantastic time. I still remember it. I'm like, that was happiness. That cost nothing except getting to Miami.
And a $2 coconut.
And we didn't pay for that coconut.
Oh.
It came from a tree.
Yeah, Florida.
Here in Miami, brother. I didn't pay for that coconut, you know? But like, like having money solves a problem. It solves a preoccupation with trying to get like shelter. And honestly, when you don't have it and there's like medical things, it sucks. And that's really, really tough.
Yeah.
But outside of that, it's like,
it's money. Money is a need to have like the at least basic living essentials.
Yeah.
You know, that's, it's a given, and it's a given that we need it. But it doesn't. You know, it won't make you not lonely.
No,
it won't make you like. It won't make you have good friends. It won't make you have good memories. And it's in the same vein. It's like, okay, if I offered you $10 million, but you die tomorrow, you're not going to take it.
Yeah.
Well, how much is $10 million? Which city am I living in?
Brazil.
Yeah, but I am the king of Brazil. Yeah. That's like go ahead.
No, I think
You're not derailing.
But no. I just think people get really lost lately in the concept of like, oh, I need to make all this money. And I'm like, okay, I understand. I definitely understand the value and the things that can come. It's great. It's all these things. But do not, you won't, like, a lot of people think they'll find like some sort of salvation or some kind of happiness on the other end. It's like, you won't.
Yeah.
You'll find it at 2 a.m. with a fucking coconut.
Yeah, exactly.
You will. And, you know, all of like a lot of my favorite memories didn't cost money.
Nothing.
And like, and again, having food important, but having like enjoyment is
I mean, it sounds stupid, but like
invaluable.
The funny thing is too, like in LA, people are like, I think getting money, I would literally describe it as like a preoccupation. Like, yes, it can open the doors. Having money, having like a level of wealth, like has allowed me to be here in LA and meet some of the best people I've ever met. So it does do things, but like I could have found happiness and extreme joy back home, like with a normal salary or like a normal job, you know, like,
very elitist.
Well, when I say normal salary, I mean, like I could get by with like $30,000 a year out here. You can't afford existence here.
So I took a trip to Sardinia as part of my school thing.
Okay.
That's when that movie Cloud with a Chance of Meatballs, the island they go to.
Sardine land. It's where some of the oldest people on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking with this woman who's 106 years old.
Oh.
And she still works, but she works with her husband.
How's she look?
And they
like a
she
baddie.
had just hung out with Zac Efron the day before.
Okay.
Not kidding. Not a joke.
Okay.
It's like that Netflix series.
What's her name?
What's her name, little mama?
Yeah.
What's her name, little mama?
Hey, what's your name? I got some communications homework.
Homework?
You gotta pick up a baddie.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of instructions. Yeah, go talk to the cashier.
Hands shaking like.
No, but
That's the Wendy's.
They live very simple lives, but the reasons they live so long is because they aren't bogged down by all these stresses of thinking they need to have things.
Yeah.
They need to have all this stuff. No, they like tend to their goats. But the husband who's like 98 gets up at 5 a.m. to tend to these goats, takes a nap in the middle of the day, and they drink wine for dinner. And they live to be like 105, 110
Siesta,
years old.
baby.
And it's like the world gets so much of our modern world gets bogged down by all these stresses. Yeah. We need to have money. We need to have the newest iPhone. We need to have all this stuff. I'm like, okay, it's not making you happier.
Yeah.
It's not, it's like when you get a new thing, you're like, this is really cool for 8 seconds. And you're like, whatever. It just becomes the norm. You're just always going to, no matter how much money you make, you're always going to adjust to that standard of living.
The moving goalpost, like that's one thing. I read this book. It's called The Psychology of Money. Read it if you haven't. If you have problems with money, read Psychology of Money. But he talks about how there's a moving goalpost. He's like, one way to master your relationship with money is to stop moving the goalpost. Like it's like, oh, I got a raise, let's spend more. Like, oh, I got this, let's spend more. I'm in LA because like in a place like LA, it's tough because if you have a car, it costs money to have a car for insurance, to put it anywhere. You have to pay for parking. Like if you want to go out somewhere, you have to drive, it costs gas, and then you put it somewhere else and it costs money. And it's just because there's so much value you can get from having a community like a city that they make sure you have to pay to be a part of that community one way or another. So that's why it costs so much to be here. But like one thing I've realized with going back to just having fun where it costs nothing, I feel like when I got to LA, I started expecting the city to entertain me. Like, and I got away from this concept of just being able to like me, a group of friends, we're going to go somewhere to the beach, bring like a stick and hoop and have ourselves the time of our lives. Yeah. Like it's like, well, what's happening tonight? Okay, who's going to be there? Nothing's going on tonight. Dang, because it kind of feels like a waste if you're not like out every night doing something. When in reality, I'm like, if I was back in Florida, I'm like, y'all want to come over and play Kahoot? Like, or y'all want to come play Slither.io like on group mode, which doesn't exist, but like we'll make it happen or something. Yeah. Or like y'all just want to go drive or hang out in a Walmart parking lot. Yeah. And it was like, you sit there, it's like, this is living. That's why I listen to country music too, which maybe I'm going too far here. I might be going too far here.
That might be a stretch, but boy, let me tell you what, partner.
What's that one song that the new one, something? It's a new one. It's terrible.
It's taking it too far.
Yeah. It's a new one. It's a meme song. And good. People play it at like people. It's like Ram Ranch, but worse.
Oh man.
Actually, it's about on par with Ram Ranch. But the point is, Mike, I feel like it's like savoring those like looking out and making space for those times when it's like you don't need to be doing anything to be enjoying life in space with good people.
Oh yeah.
And to that same point, I don't think there's anything wrong with going and spending money to have really cool experiences, or like if you really want that thing, like, I get it. I understand like, oh, I really wanted this watch. I don't know. It makes total sense.
That's a difference maker, I think, though. Like, I feel like whenever I was like back home, it's like the things that we do are not what keep us together. We are together and we do things together. It's not like, it's like if we didn't have anything to do, we would still hang out and do nothing. But out here, it's kind of like, well, what are we doing? Yeah. People expect there to be something happening.
Money is the last thing, because if I was stuck with those three things, I would much rather be stuck with someone with a good personality than someone with a lot of money in a box.
True.
Because
I've met so many pretty people with no personality in LA.
And
I've met rich people with no personality.
And to be fair, a lot of rich people have no personality. Like the ones that like worked really hard because they were so focused on working really hard that they had to give up their time to like go enjoy life. And so they don't, and they thought, now I have money and now I will go enjoy life, and they're not enjoying it. They're just doing things and they're like, yeah, this is fun, but
yeah.
And so I think a lot of the times people really prioritize money, and again, I get it. Food, all that's important, and like you want something nice, I understand, but
it's a base level.
But yeah, like also like don't count out just going and doing things either with your friends or even by yourself, or just like all these things. There's so many experiences to be had, and some cost money, but like that's like a worthwhile investment. A story that you will always be able to tell someone, your friends, your kids, your family, is something that's so, at least to me, is worth so much more than I got this shirt that says Supreme on it.
Yeah.
Isn't that incredible?
I am grateful to LA for teaching me how to dress better, as you can see now.
That's so real though.
As I sit here, so much better because in Florida people don't, nobody cares.
In LA they make you.
Yeah, in LA
you have
they
to.
give you the stank face and ask if you're the help if you don't dress nice. That happened to me my first time here.
Really?
I was going to a movie premiere. I just had a flashback in my brain. I'm like, oh my God. And like, I was like holding open the door for somebody, like it was like an influencer event. And this one girl, she comes up to me, she's like, oh, hey, excuse me. You work here, right? Where are the bathrooms? And I was like, hello. I'm a creator. Like, yeah, exactly. I'm like,
excuse you?
I'm like,
your tongue.
And I'm like, I know I just got out of the vehicle and everything, but like, I'm not homeless. Like, I'm not, and I work at it's over there, but like, they are ruthless, bro. Yeah. Like, if you show up to a party looking in some type of way, you will realize if you have an overhead camera, it'll look like a shark is swimming through a school of fish, and everybody just moves away from you and out of your way. Like, nobody will talk to you, and that blows. But like, it has helped in terms of being more aware of like how you look and making sure and finding like a style that you enjoy. But nonetheless, at the end of the day, most importantly, like I like to get out of LA and go, like I drove to Monterey, right? And like, I just go up there, I'll sleep in my car and just go do karaoke at the bars. Like, I love real homeless person.
I love how you were the story right before this was you trying to prove that you weren't homeless, and then you just talked about how you slept in your car.
If I need to be homeless, I could do it. I'll try. That's something I would try.
He's like, let me try this homeless simulator real quick.
That also sounds like the most elitist thing you can possibly say.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna try.
I'm tired. I'm tired of you branding me as elitist. I will burn everything in my bank account. I will burn all $30 today, and then I will prove to you that I can be homeless. I have one last question for you.
You don't even know what it is yet.
Yes, I do. Look at it. It is which phase of dating makes open farting okay? I feel like if you can get one out on the first date, you're in a good place.
You know, if you are with someone and like you fart or like and they're not okay with it, I mean,
okay, what type of fart are we talking?
We're talking like okay, here we go.
Or just like a loud
hold on, here we go.
one?
Everybody close your eyes. Close your eyes. Third date, it's going great, and you get one of these.
Are we in public?
Are we
at a Denny's? You're at a Denny's.
At a Denny's?
Yeah.
I'll fart with you.
If we're on a third day on a Denny's, I'm like, you're already in ring.
That's crazy.
But if we're at a fancy restaurant like Olive Garden or something like that.
If you're in Los Angeles and you take someone to a Denny's, they would they're either going to kill you or you're getting married.
Well, neither of those have happened to me yet. So
how many Denny's have you been to?
Oh, almost most of them. Denny's. No, Denny's is great. It's like we don't have a Waffle House here, so I have to go to Denny's.
Why is it with you Floridians and your terrible food?
Okay, well, I did not realize this. Floridians go hard on chain restaurants.
Dude, fast food is gas.
Only chains in
There's
Florida?
only chain restaurants, and I did not realize that. But like, I went back to Miami last year for my birthday to visit. I'm like, hey, are there any nice restaurants?
Miami's not even like Miami's like a bad example.
I know.
I was about to say.
I went and I asked a chick at the hotel. I'm like, hey, is there like any nice restaurants around here? She's like, oh my God, yes, we have. No, she said, oh my God, yes. There's a Chili's over there, and then we have a Bahama Breeze down the street. And I'm like, what? Honestly, fine, fair enough. I'm gonna hit that Chili's up.
He's like, I don't know what I was thinking, but sure.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I forgot. Like the Florida and me came back. I'm like, Applebee's? Don't make that face.
I'm making a face. You can't stop it.
Applebee's is delicious.
You don't like Applebee's?
I mean,
I don't know if I've ever had their food, but dude, they used to have $1 drinks, and back in college.
All right, that's different. See, drinks, different game.
They used to do karaoke on Thursday nights.
Oh, they did.
You're derailing the plot.
What was the plot?
Well, about farting.
Oh, fart. Go for it. If they rip one, I'm staring like dead into their soul. Like, are you for real? But I'm not. It's not gonna. I don't think I'll be phased.
I think if you can't be comfortable around your partner, I mean, there's like, what's your line for too comfortable? That's up to you to decide. But
what's too comfortable in your book?
I don't have an answer. I'm pretty cool with whatever. You really would have to try.
The question was, what stage of dating would you be comfortable?
First phase. You need to do it early.
I'm also second to first phase because it's like, what are we here for otherwise?
Okay.
Yeah, put out like your best and worst.
Am I just gonna dance, like walk around on tiptoes and be like, I don't want to like be
myself? I don't fart. I need to go to the little boys' room.
Yeah, it's like, why would I? Like, I'm too old for this. Like, I'm not gonna like dilly dally. Oh, you don't want to
Dilly dally. Don't dilly dally. Don't dilly dally in phase one of
You
dating.
are just wasting each other's time. Get to know each other.
See what their fart smells like. Is it like eggy? Is it acidic?
Right.
Is it musty?
Well,
there's the retention.
Yeah, exactly. I will say I did have an ex who, whenever she wanted to fart, she would always like leave, like mid conversation if we're talking or something, and she feels it coming, she would just like leave the room or like leave the building or whatever, and then go fart outside and then come back.
She taking a boat.
Yeah, and the first time it happened, I was like, "What? Where did you go? What happened? Like, did you have like an important phone call or something like that?" And she's like, "No, I had to fart," and I was like, "What?"
No, but imagine her fart smelled so bad that like it like burns, like you're like mustard gas type stuff.
Oh my!
And she's like, "It's for your own good."
Listen. I would just be there with it. I'd be like, it's cool.
Your eyes start.
I'd be burning and crying, but I'd be like, I respect.
That's crazy. You don't need to do that.
I respect you for doing that.
That's a sacrifice you did not.
Yeah, you don't need to make.
I respect you for willing to unleash this chemical weapon in my apartment. The fact that you are
here we go.
to releasing that, I understand.
All right, a little bit of role play time here.
Oh no!
All right, yeah, I am. Sam, you're gonna make the noise, okay? I'm your girlfriend. And we're in your apartment. We're in your apartment.
Third hangout. It's a third
We're
date.
talking. We're talking about Start talking.
Hey, so did you?
Hold on, I have to.
Oh,
Are you good? Like, do you need or yeah, good?
okay. Maybe we should have skipped Taco Bell. That dollar menu is not so good anymore.
I taste the nickels. And she puts in. I put in my nose plugs. Like,
Oh, she has no. You have nose plugs.
it's not safe to breathe this in.
Oh, well,
and what are you gonna do?
Listen, I mean, I understand. I thought that Oppenheimer was really. It's cool.
You don't have to stay here. You can go outside.
No, I'm
You're bleeding from your eyes.
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
You can leave.
No, it's good. I just.
Would you love me if I was a worm? It's unnecessary. The point is, don't make sacrifices for your loved ones. All right.
Actually, in fact, you should sacrifice your loved ones.
Back to the human consumption.
Yes.
I would eat long pork. Mike Tyson bit Evander Holyfield's
I thought you were
ear.
talking about Van Gogh.
No, he cut his off and sent it.
Yeah,
He's
how do you
weak.
feel about that?
How do I-
Good dating? Is that a good dating?
There's no need to send any part of your body to any person.
Yeah, I'd say unwanted pics fall in that.
Yeah,
Probably,
Yeah, don't do that. There's
never
no.
works.
When would that? I have not.
Real question.
I have not
really,
understood when that's like
Yeah.
are you
Real talk, like for real.
Like, I'm sorry?
What is the thought process in that work?
like, and when do you but like
What do you expect to happen?
that's what I'm saying. Like, when is it? When is it?
Well, look at this shit. I sure better
Like,
save
thank
my
good.
breasts.
Like, thank good.
Who does that?
Is she just gonna look at it and be like, "Oh, it's
The
melts in her
protocol.
seat"?
The protocol. Well, that is a peen. I must now send my.
I suppose I am now also committed in this thing I did not ask for.
For it is the way.
this
For it
what?
must be done.
It is decreed by law that I must send him a picture of my breasticles now.
To prison. No, I mean, really.
I never understood that.
I don't. Yeah, I miss out on that part. I don't know if it's because I have like siblings
Guys,
who are
please
girls or whatever. Don't do it. There are so many better ways to go about the need to show off your genitals to someone you're interested in. There's better ways. The ways you do it is consensually,
And
probably in
probably
person.
not.
After she says, "Can I see your genitals?"
Yeah.
Or he
Yeah.
says, "Can I see your genitals?"
If you want a woman to ever like you, don't do that.
I need to find somebody who has like
Ooh.
proven cases of when it has worked for them.
If you sent a picture of your genitals and the woman was so about it and not lying, please drop.
Yeah, let us know. Just raise your hand.
Genuinely want to.
I'd like to hear how that went.
So that we
Further
can-
context,
we can
because I
bring
feel like
you-
people are getting bad context as to when to do that. Like if it's like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm married, I'm like, oh, okay. Even then,
That's not. I mean, but even what if
yeah,
they're like,
it's like,
I don't know.
I'm with our. We're in the parent teacher conference.
Yeah, when she's like, I'm at work.
No, here's the thing, right? Imagine like it's the same process of like you don't want someone to call you, you want them to text first.
Yeah, don't.
Like,
Yeah.
give me a little disclaimer. You're sending a little thing that the rest of my coworkers don't want to see. Because what if I'm
Yeah.
like, look, it's my boyfriend.
Yeah.
Here, and then it's your
Oh, look, he just messaged me. He's so
your
cute.
dangly bits. Like, I don't.
He usually shaves.
I swear it's bigger.
Yeah.
It's not usually.
It's just
small.
sleeping.
Yeah.
You were gonna say
That's his sleepy position.
Dormant.
But the caption says he's rock solid. He's
not flaccid, but dormant. Oh,
Yeah,
he's dormant.
He's
I
sleeping
hate
like
it.
a rock. That's what it's.
Yeah. How did he get this picture if he's sleeping like a rock?
No. The penis.
We've
sleeping
trained
like a
our
rock.
dog to and so
Someone utilize this conversation.
Yeah.
so
I was gonna say we should get someone who has sense and unsolicited
Can
dates.
we get some women on this podcast?
Yeah.
That's also a good idea too.
yeah.
In the same room.
We should get
Yeah.
someone who has sense it and it didn't work out, and then just be like, "What was going on through your head?"
I just really want to
grill
know.
them.
I'm
Just
just a
grill them.
little curious. What the fuck?
I have little desire to like show my genitals to anyone,
Anybody.
ever. Like,
Yeah.
like,
I mean, I think that's the correct thing to think. And also, I we're going in circles a little bit, but I do want to like reiterate, like, what is the plan here?
that's the thing. What's the plan? Because
Exactly.
I get in a time of like, ooh, we're being sexy.
Yeah, it's like if it's like the thing that's happening. Okay, it's the thing that's happening. Fair, fine. But first of all,
Maybe it's
I have
misreads.
discussed this concept
gotta be
with a lot of
misreads.
women because I'm like, what's the point? And they're like, there is none. This does nothing
Exactly.
for us. So I'm like, okay, you are all being idiots and wasting your
Gotta be misreads.
all your.
Like it's gotta be misreads on the play. I'm like,
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
you're-
It's like
there's
she said
there's
hi,
3
so
buttons here.
clearly-
One of them is send. It's like, don't push that one.
she said hi, so obviously she's
So
interested in
obviously
seeing my
you're correct.
genitals.
The wild part is sometimes they don't even say hi. Sometimes there's dudes that are just like, "Oh yeah, let me send the first message. Let me put my penis in chat."
Like, all right, but do we think like
Really drop peen in chat. Homie, really drop peen in chat.
I don't. Oh my god! It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to where it goes from there, and that it ever works out.
Exactly.
And the fact that
It has to work at some point
Oh, yeah, obviously,
for people to
it
keep
definitely-
doing
it
this
definitely works
and to
at some
think that
point.
this is a
And
great
then-
idea.
and to my women, female friends who it has ever worked for, why?
Yes.
You're not helping.
Let us know the
any of us.
context.
You're the reason that a lot of you hate us.
Yeah, this is the problem with you people.
Yeah, this is your fault.
This is the problem with.
That's what
I
it
saw the Barbie movie,
Uh-huh.
and this is the problem with you people. All right,
Tell them.
I don't know. I love you. I love you.
We
You
love
are
women
enough.
here.
You are enough, and I appreciate you, and you're doing good. And you know what? Let's end on this note.
Don't send unsolicited.
Don't send pee pictures of your genitalia.
The women don't appreciate it.
Spend time.
Go to college.
Go to college. Do things that are fun.
Yeah.
Do things that are fun. Don't wait on society to entertain you. Figure out how you enjoy things.
Be the person that makes the fun things for the other people to come have the fun things with.
Yeah, or maybe make fun
Yeah.
things for you and go laugh somewhere. And when you can laugh and enjoy stuff with people, do it, because life comes fast and people die. So you gotta not, like, I saw Oppenheimer, so I know how life works.
Didn't need to be that dark.
Well, it was.
Like you could have said, like, "Oh,
could've just
life
left them
comes
paused
fast,
with
and
it.
I faster."
Life comes
Tough.
fast. And
Now, which one of those are we gonna have to censor? Now, which one of those are we gonna have to censor? Which of those words are we gonna have to censor now? Good luck, Ray, figuring out which one of those to censor. But in reality, do you want to say anything? If you could have everybody in the world hear one thing, what would you say?
Don't take everything so seriously.
Mm.
Not in that like everything's a joke, but just be a little more willing to let things go. Not the bad things, but just the things that like, if you're at the end of your life and you're just like, why did I lose that friendship because they stole my penny? Maybe let those things go.
Learn to let things roll.
Keep some friends around.
Mm-hmm. But if they have sex on your kitchen counter, definitely don't let
Yeah.
that go.
Boot them.
I'm still feeling a little rubbed the wrong way about that.
Boot them.
I mean,
You weren't rubbed at all.
They ate my food.
Yeah, that's
I bought that for us.
I would say, my final thought is, stare at some trees, watch some sunsets.
I would leave now.
And those are good things to do. Staring at a tree really calms me down. I'm like, that thing is alive, you know?
this is the Tism speaking.
No, look, if you look at a tree and it's like that thing's moving and wiggling, it's alive. It's not perfect.
Not moving.
It is. It's growing in real time.
Hey, where does
Its cells are regenerating. The roots are wiggling. And the funny thing is, it's not perfect. Like, what tree is perfect? They're not, but they're beautiful. And that's a good thing too.
I wonder what would happen if I dropped a bag of rice on the floor.
In here?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
I just want to see you like try to organize it.
I would have to clean it up.
Yeah.
I'd sweep it up. Are you attacking? Are you targeting my autism?
Whoa.
Are you weaponizing my lack of?
Losing our audience.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the Ivy League podcast. I'm Lonnie.
I'm Matt.
I am Sam.
And here's the outro. No, don't you touch that guitar. We're doing this a cappella.
All right, I'm here for that.
Give us a starting pitch, right? That was the worst. We have to. If you guys know any music producers, please send them our way so we can.
We have got to get.
We
this.
need something because that's gonna get us fired. All right, bye.